This is Reuters today. Coming up, 2013's top technology trends from CES Las Vegas. And the Kraken wakes, the first images of a giant squid from the depths of the ocean. But first, a record Christmas for Sainsbury's. It posted the highest sales growth of Britain's big four supermarkets and was the only one to eke out any market share growth. But the 0.9% rise in sales was down on growth of 1.9% in the previous quarter. For more on that, do watch our interview with the CFO, John Rogers, available on demand now. In other financial news, UBS bosses get a grilling. Investment banking and risk management chiefs will be quizzed by British lawmakers today after a string of scandals. And AIG says it may sue the US government over the terms of its bailout. The equivalent of a patient suing their doctor for saving their life, says former Fed bank examiner Mark Williams. Central banks very much a focus. Let's speak with Citi Index Chief Global Strategist Ashraf Laidi joins me now. Morning to you, Ashraf. Want to start with the BOJ speculation it leads. What do you do on the back of that? Do you sell the yen? Do you buy Japanese equities?
Yes and yes. Over the last few days, there were some talks that Abe was not going to pressure the Bank of Japan on putting it black over white on changing the definition of inflation to 2%. Then there was a slight changes. We don't think that really matters. What really matters is that how much really pressure. So rather than focusing on the goal, he can focus on the means, and that's basically as long as he tells them to go for 12 to 13 trillion yen, then that will be fine. Here's what we think is going to happen. Probably in the next few days, yes, we may see another retest of 88 for dollar yen, another retest of 117 in euro yen, and yields will probably go to 0.9 JGB yields. We may see a retreat, a pullback in the yen crosses, i.e. a slight rise. However, we think that the important thing or the next phase of yen weakness is going to happen in April, when the current BOJ governor's term expires and Abe can appoint the person that he wants. And so in the runoff towards that, which is in April, then we're going to have a nice a new phase of yen weakness. All right.
Let's talk about the ECB. No move expected tomorrow, but this general easing trend seems to be there. Is that a positive or a negative for the euro, do you think?
We do not think that there is going to be a rate cut, and so we might see an upward knee-jerk reaction from the news that there is no rate cut on Thursday when there is no news, and we see an upward knee-jerk reaction. What matters nowadays is the press conference and what kind of record we will see of how Draghi will elucidates the extent to which there was an agreement or disagreement regarding a rate cut. But we really think that the currency is really going to be firmly supported at around 129.
All right, and I want to finish out with gold. Reuters did a poll yesterday. Ross Norman, the most accurate over the past 12 years. Is this year going to be the first down year for gold, do you think? Or was the sell-off overdone right now?
Yeah, we thought last year was going to be the first in 12 years. We do not think that this year gold is going to end lower. But medium term, short term, there's really a very important support at around 1640. Moving averages, a trend line, the confluence. So we think there's going to be another retest of 1680 and even a 1720.
So the sell-off that we're seeing right now is overdone?
A slightly overdone, yes.
All right. Ashraf, many thanks.
Thank you.
The 46th Annual Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas is putting the spotlight on upcoming technology trends. TVs with 4 times the resolution of current HD screens are among the must-see items. Sony has unveiled a $25,000 4K model. Panasonic revealed a half-inch thick 56-inch OLED organic light-emitting diode screen, while Samsung's lineup included a 110-inch HD set. The driverless self-drive car is also among the hot items. Google, Toyota and Audi presenting their versions of that technology. In other tech news, Apple CEO Tim Cook in China for the second time in less than a year. Let's get to Tara in Hong Kong. No surprise that China is an important market for Apple. What does it need to do, though, there to be more successful?
Yeah, Axel, when you put together the product Apple and the population China, it's a pretty provoking thought. But actually what is missing in China for Apple is China Mobile, which is the world's biggest mobile provider. Apple has contracts with China Unicom and China Telecom and distributes its phones through its own stores, but they've been working for 4 years to get a deal with China Mobile, and it still hasn't come through. And the latest is it's really about revenue sharing that is the holdup there. So maybe that's why Cook's in China right now.
I mean, you know, we saw yesterday how successful Samsung is. How popular is Apple in China?
It is very popular. It's a status symbol. It's quite expensive to buy an Apple if you translate that into yuan, and the shops are in the biggest and best malls around China. But it does have a lot of competition. Samsung, one of them, but there's also the homegrown mobile phone makers who are doing quite well in China. So also it needs more retail shops. It's got 7 right now. It's starting to open more, but it needs more of that to really percolate around China outside of the big centers.
All right. Tara, thanks a lot. Right. That is it for this morning. I'll leave you with the first ever picture of a giant squid in its natural habitat. The mysterious creature is thought to have inspired the myth of the Kraken, a tentacled monster. Images of the silvery 3-meter-long cephalopod nearly a kilometer below the surface were taken last July near the Japanese Ogasawara Islands by filmmakers shooting a documentary for NKH and the Discovery Channel. I'm Axel Threlfall. This is Reuters.